Hello again, everyone. One more video for today. Um, I talk to a lot of you who are artists and musicians and generally creative people. And I was talking to somebody today uh, who's a musician and very obviously very talented, um, well spoken, well thought, and like so many of us are, and so many of you are. But can't seem to get out of her own way when it comes to her music. And the word she brought up and she kept bringing up, and a lot of us do, and a lot of you do, and even my wife does, is feeling like an imposter. Like this isn't real. Like I don't deserve this. I'm not a real musician. I'm not a real artist. And you got to remember what the source of all this is, because you're on this channel and watching these videos, is that is your narcissistic abuser talking to you and telling you these things over and over and over again, throwing these impediments out in front of you where you feel like you're self-sabotaging yourself and you're like that car with no gas in it. You want to go, you want to create, you want to make things, but because your abuser has taken so much of yourself and who you are and what you're supposed to be, you feel stuck and mired, and that word imposter or phony and not real keeps coming up over and over and over again. And that's not the case at all. Part of the reason why your abusers abuse you and targeted you is because of your creativity and their jealousy of it. That's just a fact. And when you go no contact and you stay no contact and you gain that clarity and you start figuring out what happened to you, okay, yeah, it explains your past. Yeah, it explains it, but you still don't believe it. You still can't get past that, that wall that has been holding you up for so long. And my suggestion to this person and to a couple other artists is, you have this background of abuse, of the fucked up stories, and the pattern of being put last, and the emotional downturns that it has caused over and over and over again. Well, to me, you guys need to be doing kind of what I've done here, is figured out what my talents are and how to use my abuse, my past abuse, to my advantage, which is what I'm doing here. And I think that's what a lot of you need to be doing in your creativity, whether it be music or art or writing or whatever. Write and create what you know about. So much music and art comes from a dark place, comes from people with dark pasts and histories of abuse. And that's what they've been able to channel into their art, is their past and their abuse. And they've been able to get it out through their art, through their creativity, through their music, through their writing, through their artwork, through their poetry. You will have a lifetime of knowledge, of pain and suffering, and just being put down into a place that many of us, that we've now found out through social media, through YouTube, that so many of us can connect to and are connecting to. And that's really where you need to focus your creativity on. You could say, well, that's not what I want my art to be. That's not what I want my music to be. I want it to be, this happy thing. But that's not what the basis of your life has been about, really. The best art comes from within, and you have to be able to use what's inside you in order to create. And I think once you do that, then you could move on to the more happier stages of your creativity. But the best art in music is early on in a musician's career, is earlier on in an artist's career a lot of times. More so with music than art and writing. Because that's what's real. That's what you're speaking to. You're speaking to what you know, how you felt, how you generally felt. And that emotion will come out through your art if you use it to your advantage. And that's really what you need to do. So, you know, that's really, I mean, this is a quick video. And, you know, that's my message to all my creative people, my artists, my musicians who follow me and subscribe to me, who are stuck in the mud and feel like they're a phony and feel like they're an imposter and they can't get forward because of their abuse. Well, if your abuse is holding you back, then use your past abuse to your advantage. Use it for your art. Use it for your music. Use it for your writing abilities. Use it. It's there. And you will be able to speak louder doing that than you've ever been able to speak before. And at the same time, you'll be able to tell your narcissistic abuser, you didn't damage me. You didn't win. I win. Because I took all of your garbage and all of your abuse, and now I've turned it around and I've made use of it. And be careful, because the abuser will try to take credit. Well, if I didn't push you so hard, and if I didn't do that, and that's bullshit. That's bullshit. But I think the answer to a lot of your artist blocks or writing blocks or musical blocks is that you're trying to separate your abuse from your art, and you can't do that. They got to be one and the same. They got to be one and the same, because that's what you know. That's where the emotion, that's where the passion comes from. So to all my creators out there, that's my advice to you. And I think if you do that, you'll start seeing the successes you've been looking for. And you'll stop feeling like that imposter, because you're using what you know is true, and you know what has been real experiences, and been able to share it to the world, much like I kind of do with this channel. I had to figure out how to use what happened to me with my talents. I have a talent of speaking and communicating and analyzing things. Okay? And what better way to do that than to analyze what I know and what I've experienced and what's going to touch so many other people, which is what art is. Your answers are right in front of you, everybody. You just gotta have the courage to seize them and acknowledge them and kind of embrace them in a way. And you will see your successes come forward. So I hope that helps all my creators. I'm going to end the video here. Any comments, be appreciated. Put them down in the comment thread. Also, I'm going to put the link to this person's music, to her song that she feels like an imposter over. And let her know what you think. Personally, it's my kind of music anyway, but that's me. But I think it's really good. And if you guys could let this person know in the comment thread, I think she would appreciate it, of what you think. Like it, dislike it, whatever, it's fine. Just don't be mean about it. Okay, not every music taste is for everybody. So thank you for watching. And again, if you enjoy this channel and you'd like to see it grow, please consider contributing to the PayPal link in the description box. And if you do want your story made into a video, remember, any contribution of any size, you go right to the top of the list and you get a video made immediately. Same goes with any type of Skype conversation. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again shortly. Bye.